No wonder Mr. Beast spends so much money on thumbnails. Spend like 50,000 per thumbnail. This stuff is freaking hard. Look at that pipeline I had to go through just to get this thing working, and it's still disgusting. I had it in LibreOffice Draw so I can get it into. I forgot to shut myself up on the other video. LibreOffice Draw to get the base thing done. Then I put in Kitra to crop it because LibreOffice Draw couldn't crop, and still looks but ugly when full screen. So no wonder Mr. B spent so much money on thumbnails. It's very annoying. So yeah, so we're here to prep for the No Secrets debate, which is Jack Talcott. And let me. So basically, Jack Talcott says that pretty much all secrets are lies. I mean, you get rid of all secrets so we can have world peace. And I think that's asinine. And I'm going to prepare to make my case. I doubt he will. He didn't prepare for his last two debates, but I will prepare so I can convince people that we shouldn't get rid of all our secrets. I know Jesus even had secrets in the Bible, but we're not gonna. I don't think I'll have time for that today. I want to give this like maybe an hour, or an hour and a half today. So right now I'm going to look for the last good video where I have lots of clips from the immortal nature of consciousness and your relationship. With that, chats with Jack and more. That one was have good lot of clippable stuff. So I'm gonna try to find some thumbnail timestamps for that. The clip later that I need to look for another episode where Breakfast Tacos told Jack Talcott to change his password. I need to find that episode still because that if I leave with that, that's a KL. KL on the opening statement, which is what I like. That's what I like to do in my debates. I want to win before the end of the opening statements. But I have to wait for a cross examination. I didn't prepare enough. Yeah, I didn't know Jack. Brown's Boy says, I didn't know Jack Talcott could debate. I only seen him monologue his New Age LARPery. And Brown's Boy also says, I've seen him do an act online where he just mirrors what you say back at you while asking you hit questions. So, yes, so that's actually what I want to do. I want, if he's going to just mirror me while I'm steering the ship. So, yeah, if he does that, and I already have my definitions prepared, then it's going to lead straight to my conclusion in 4 steps or less. That's how I want this to go. If I don't win in the initial, but if we go to cross examination, I want to get to my conclusion in 4 steps or less. Then it's all trying to bail out. All he's gonna do is try to bail himself out from there. Because I already got to my conclusion, it's just gonna be a total mess. So, one thing I didn't do, I don't have the link out there yet. Pound link save. And let me go and pin that link. Okay, link's pinned for someone who wants to give me tips of what to look for. I don't need this whole desktop anymore. Or do I? Yeah, I might as well test something. If I have the whole desktop, will the sound go through without me remapping it? Let's see what happens. I think I have to remap it, but let's just test it. Nope, it doesn't go all the way through. So that's tested. So what I'll do is I'll end this screen share and share the tab so the sound goes through. We also have a new overlay just in case we have any Zoom bombers. That's the media overlay. Yeah, the media overlay is good. So it just overlay the media. So if there's a Zoom bar coming up, we'll just be looking at the media. But I want to get a better overlay. I could probably a picture overlay too. Where am I? Too much me. That's enough me. Brown's Boy says, I found with Jack the entire gag he has doing actual boys down to not jumping through his hoops. If we don't jump through the gaslight hoops, he caves every time, which is what I'm trying to do. I want him to cave within the first 10 minutes for sure. Then I'm going to have I guess a presentation ready to educate people on secrets and passwords and stuff like that. So I'm going to have to carry the shell after he caves in the opening statements. So after I at least get the clip together and win, I have to pretty much keep everyone entertained for the next 15 minutes. And so probably I had to go to my pen tester friends and get educated on, I guess, password management and stuff, secret management, for people can know why we have secrets, why we have TOS, why we don't let everyone into everything. Because it's just asinine with people Zoom bombing, scammers stealing information. The whole banking system can't work. I guess he wouldn't want it to work anyways, but it will work in a way that people can't trust each other and to steal stuff from each other instead. And that's further away from world peace. Having Mad Max stuff is further away from world peace. Wrong direction. Yeah, how I want was always this: we do our thing over here, and that the crazy do their crazy stuff over there, and they can make a mess with each other, and let's keep it solid. And they need to bail out. Hopefully, we'll be good enough that we can bail them out later. And instead of wars, we have sports ball or martial arts tournaments, and we just have wagers. But all wars involving civilians. So isolate and get rid of most of the violence, because we're dealing with people here. We probably can't get rid of all the violence, but if we isolate it and get something even more strict, the Geneva Conventions, make it so we can play ball, maybe do stuff digitally, then we'll be on our way. Jack Talcott said, because no one of the correct value has asked yet in replay to you asking, yes, where the secret girl Jack calls a non-support partner. I mean, he admits to keeping secrets. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's find that timestamp right now. Let's find. So Jack Talcott's going to have to explain why he keeps his own secrets if secrets are bad. Or maybe it's just secrets he doesn't have that's bad.
Like,
I don't either, man.
yeah.
I brought the scripture of the day for Jack, but I'm trying to wait until somebody says something that makes it relevant, you know. So just keep on. Maybe I'll get it. Well, let me get.
Well, that's what you want to do with the politician, telling them, hey, your ideas suck, take my ideas. Further back a little bit.
Describing is what you're doing. Great. Thank you for offering your resistance. Plenty of people have chosen to do things against me, and I've been seeking, hey, can I find a witness? Can someone please witness and see that what's happening against me is not justice?
No, I mean, that won't do you any good. Like,
It
what's
will.
one more opinion in the mix? One more opinion in the mix just adds to the opinion noise.
No, not when people actually care about justice and reconciliation, because then it's not just an opinion on the situation.
Well, that's actually good. That's a good timestamp too. So let me get that one. Copy code time and add that to the description. And let's add that to another file just in case I lose the scripting for some reason. If Go Striking Go somehow gets a critical hit, I'm going to have that the information in the text file locally here so I don't lose it. In fact, I'm going to save that whole. I'm going to save the whole copy of the description locally. Then I'll mirror this so I can get to 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to save the whole description locally. I'm going to have the timestamps I need to clip later. And I'll save as a markdown file. Now, I do is markdown because it's processors that will convert it into other things easily in renderers. So I'll save as a markdown. Even the text editor treats markdown special. Let me show you. So the text editor does fancy highlighting when I save as a markdown compared to having it as just a TXT. That's called syntax highlighting. So my bullets, my colons, and HTML will get syntax highlighting if I save as a markdown as opposed to another format. Surprised the hashtags didn't get special formatting either. Did it? The hashtags may have got special formatting too, but just not configured the same. Change the color. But I get special formatting when I save as markdown, and that's definitely source. Hold on. There's plenty of modes. Oh, it's not. Is it showing? Nope. Let me share it a different way because it's not showing you everything. Stop screen, start screen, tire screen. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. And I can show you. I have all kinds of modes in this. This is Kate text editor, my current editor of choice. But it has modes for all kinds of text file formats, source code formats. So markup will be one of the formats that's markdown, and auto detects it based on magic numbers or that's extension. Who's supporting the lies? So I actually don't know who's supporting the lies, but I'm confronting the hypocrisy. Because Jack Talcott keeps secrets, but he tells other people not to keep secrets. So does he just want all these secrets for himself and have leverage on everyone? Because I think that's an unfair advantage. So if secrets are bad, you should probably give up your secret first to demonstrate how good your life is without them. Yeah. I think you sent me that clip. But we'll send it to me again. We'll play that clip for the record. All right, secrets I consider. No, the greatest secrets I consider lies. So my password to my YouTube account is a lie in your book, Noah? And the password to your YouTube account is also a lie. You gotta know you have to have one because YouTube won't allow you to log in without one based on their policy. So your login information is a lie by your definition. He says, oh, sorry, sent himself to God. Well, possibly there's actually a theory in which God, I think it's called manifest destiny, where God blesses your state. So if Jack believes in manifest destiny, then it would be the same thing. The only problem is that he's not trusting his government. So he's just not consistent, but I don't mind the lack of consistency there. Yeah, you know what? Richard Stallman, the founder of GNU, also had passwords. I think he in the mainframe his password was blank. I think it was literally blank. Just log in RMS, then just hit enter, and he could log in. They didn't have password complexity policies back in the 70s and 80s. So that's possible to do. But today, you need, I would say you need a password 16 characters long. You can use, I could show the XKCD article real quick. So, XKCD. Oh, I have a browser over there. Let me do it over here if I can get the mode right. Okay, safe search is backed and strict. In fact, I'm gonna save that to. Is that the right euro though? That's a red euro. Red euro. Password. Okay, that's a good enough. That's a good enough euro. Regular source. I'm gonna save that to the description. What number is that? Do they do that by number anymore? Let's just go. Okay, XACD 936. Oh, it did have the number in there. In that euro. But yeah. So Brownsburg says, I think Jack's a new age amateur in the guru with federal military oaths, including counterintelligence, and slept in the same bed as the with Tommy, a Hollywood talent agent's house. Yeah, that reminds me. I need to send an email to Rose and asking her about her bus sizes. I get in the spirit of no secrets. The unreadable name at Oflameo. Would you like many viewers? Let's make you popular. No, I don't. I don't want many viewers. I just want the cream of the crop of viewers. So if you can do like psychometrics on the viewers, make sure that their brain's big enough to understand what the show's about. Then let them come in after that. I'll be fine with it. But if they just don't comprehend it and aren't interested, I just want them to go somewhere else. Yeah, it's obviously a bot. It's a clanker. It's a clanker. Yeah, I need to configure a soundboard. Let me. I can look. Yeah, I removed my YouTube unsafe stuff to another user account, so I'm fine with moving around here. Figured I don't want to have a wardrobe malfunction like 10th Man. the sound was just basically just an audio player anyway. So pretty much what I would do naively, unless I find something better, I'll just connect VLC and let's pipe in VLC in, and just maybe put a button panel on there. In fact, I'll go ahead and demonstrate that real quick. So coming through my microphone, let's just see the history. Where's there it is. There's VLC's player. Okay, I'll put the input, output the input. And this is Numbly's Cop Watch video. I didn't edit it down yet to be presentable. I hit the video length limit. Hopefully the rest of the video got saved. 4 cop cars, 1 white van for 3 Latinos. No detention. No detention yet. Been here for the stop lasts like 35 minutes so far. No one in cuffs. No one going anywhere. They didn't really search the vehicle yet. They just checked the console. They didn't. So yeah, so I know passing audio through from VLC with the pipe wire graph works just fine. Hey Venus, I'm trying to do some debate prep and now just showing all the plumbing. And I found my Mr. Beast Spencer was my thumbnails because it's really hard. So. They really didn't search it, so they either ring for dogs or warrant or just ring for me to leave. Okay. Well, yeah, at least I proved that concept works. I can pass audio through to the pipe wire. Now, where was I? I got that. I got that. Get back to Jack. Yeah, what will happen if I pass audio from the browser to the browser? Will that capture the desktop? It probably could cause a mess. Oh! I think it's in different tabs. I don't know which is audio player tab 0. Oh, I know how to check. The application list. And it's not numbered. It's sorted though. Okay, let's just do a thing, see what happens. Didn't work. Let me try the other one. Anyway, that didn't work either. Maybe it got caught by echo cancellation? I don't know. Oh, there's another one? Okay, let's... I'm already in deep, but let's try it. Didn't work. And there's another bot. Oh. Oh, excellent. Let me get to that clip. Nope, that's the wrong thing.
And we're always doing something, so let's do something together. Let's pretend that we've got a chance to end wars and a chance to bring peace to the world, man. What's the harm in trying?
That, with the music background.
So this one's easy to defend on his part. He could just say chaos magic. If we pretend it can happen, then it would increase the chances of it actually happening. So that one's just that's very defensible. But it's not a gotcha. It's a glancing blow at best, or nothing bigger at worst. So that's just very easy to defend. So it's not appropriate fodder. What I really need is Jack keeping secrets. Then have it doing, and bonus points. He's doing a really bad job to justify the secrets he keeps. So that's why the clip of Breakfast Talk was telling him to change his password is golden. And I think I asked him what password a while ago, but I didn't timestamp it, so I had to figure out how to sift through the video and find it again. And that's just part of prep. And prep is annoying, but so be it. Let me share this. But one thing I I know Jack didn't prep for his last two debates, so I'm gonna have a very, very extreme advantage. So 2 or 3 clips, he just won't be able to come back from it if he doesn't do prep on his own, prep counter prep. If he doesn't counter prep, he'll just be eating his own words and have nowhere to go.
You take it for an example. Who's responsible? In the end, me. Yeah, of course. Nobody has to do anything at all, right? But plenty of people have chosen to do things against me. And I've been seeking, hey, can I find a witness? Can someone please witness and see that what's happening against me is not justice?
No, I mean that won't do you any good. Like,
It
what's
will.
one more opinion in the mix? One more opinion in the mix just adds to the opinion noise.
No, not when people actually care about justice and reconciliation, because then it's not just an opinion on the situation, it's an opinion on the facts. And where 2 or 3 or more are gathered, I mean, that's the way we find
Facts.
out what's true.
Facts are
Ooh, yeah, I don't need that one. Because that'll be the point of debate. And if I get him to say, this is a waste of time, well, I'll get him to argue with himself. So I need that. I need that on, I need that hot. Because I'm pretty sure he'll say, hey, this is a waste of time. Then I'll make him debate himself, saying this wasn't a waste of time. Then I can end it with, you're confused, Jack. Then hopefully we can fix or realign so we can actually get to world peace.
they're not established through consensus.
They're confirmed through consensus.
Well, I strongly disagree. I think that they're actually, the bigger the crowd, the rapidly less factual the perspectives and opinions get. Thank God Hank is here.
With
Yes.
patterns of now.
So here's where my resistance is. You say we'll be able to solve the problems if we get all come together and work on them, and I disagree because a lot of people are actually part of the problem or getting away or actually slow things down. So I want to just keep the problem solvers solving this problem, and the problem solvers the other problem solving that problem, and we'll integrate later, right, and try to put all the chiefs in. And imagine how hard for me to edit if I had a whole bunch of people on this panel right now instead of just me working by myself. I had a full panel, people doing focusing on whatever they want. Imagine how much harder it would be for me to get to anything. The Indians on all the problems that same type of fault any organization.
Great. Thank you for offering your resistance. I'll please note that what I heard you describing is what you're doing, being a doubter and a naysayer, wanting to get in the way of discussing your actual solutions.
I don't want to get in the way. I want world peace, but we're not going to get it if we just put everyone in the way of it.
Tell you what, do you have anything positive to offer?
I gave you $5 today, so if you hate the money, you can send it.
No, please, not the money, not the material. Regarding ideas, Hank. Well, I mean, if we want the same idea.
Well, money's just an idea anyways. Money have no value if we didn't believe in it. And Jack and I already agreed to this.
Then why are we criticizing each other for not doing what?
Well,
we're not accomplishing anything.
Well, that's what you want to do with the politicians telling them, hey, your ideas suck, take my ideas. Isn't that right?
No, that's an oversimplification, and you're clearly not thinking through the logic behind just that. Confronting the people who are making the decisions, they're paid to legislate, they're supposed to be responsible, and if we've got better ideas, why should they not be considered?
Well, your solution's worse than the problem, which is why we're not turning.
According to which fact?
According to how we organized our society.
In your mind, the organization of society would prove that my solution doesn't work, but you're not exploring what's in my mind, why I'm confident that ending secrets is the solution. Without secrets and lies, the truth is known.
Oh, I need time. Okay, we got the timestamp. Okay.
Why I'm confident that ending secrets is the solution. Without secrets and lies, the truth is known.
If that's the case, why is your little helper a secret?
Because no one of relevance has inquired.
Exactly. I want to keep a relevance horizon on the poems so it won't be interfered with, just like you.
Well,
I advocate that for everyone.
Tell you what, Hank, please consider if, in fact, in my mind, my heart, I see a way to succeed. So I'm focused on this direction and I'm focused on success. And you want to join me with your negativity. How much relevance should you have in my life?
First of all, I contributed monetary contribution to you.
Correct.
And you have your own secrets for your own reasons. And I'm saying, if you can have reasons for your secrets, why can't other people have reasons for their secrets?
Jack, why are the blacks being so uppity today?
It's not that. It's Hank wants to know. He's trying to understand. He sees the contradiction, but I don't know how to help you understand.
There's a resolution.
Lobotomies for everybody.
Yeah, that one probably won't work because then we won't be able to keep everything going. Everyone's gonna die out because we can't feed ourselves. But I see where we're going with this. We may have to discuss this further, like in a moderated debate, so we could have time to explore the whole thing. And I see where you're coming from. I'm just saying, it's been done before in history.
No, it's not, Hank. That's inaccurate.
Okay, it's never been done before in history, even though there's other people who claim to have tried to do it and it didn't work. I got you.
Okay. All right. You know, Hank, again.
Is he being uppity yet?
Well, it is. It's not just Hank, though. It's the typical attitude of the ego. It wants to prove people wrong. Why do you want to prove me wrong?
Well, can I turn this around on Jack? I mean, he wants to prove me wrong on secrets being fine, and also prove Jesus wrong on secrets being fine and wise in some cases. So maybe I could turn this whole ego argument back around. He said, you want to eliminate secrets because you know better than everyone else in the world who has secrets. You know better than everyone else in the world who has secrets, including you, and that who also has secrets. So we have a contradiction. So Jack Talcott knows better than everyone, including himself. So since it's contradicting, maybe he's confused. How can Jack Talcott know better than Jack Talcott himself? We have a self-referential issue. Because I want the world peace, and we can't have world peace if we get rid of all the secrets.
Because Hank is also a person people like to win and be right, Jack.
Right, and this is
David,
where if we had community,
like
we could help find resolve together.
I'm learning a lot from David right now, who seems to be the most zen of all of us, and I don't even understand his lifestyle.
Okay, I got that timestamp. I need to look for the breakfast tacos. So, Jack Talcott keeping secrets. I need to find the timestamp with him saying that he has a secret helper and get that clipped and referenced. Then I can mark that off.
To make that assessment.
I stand upon the shoulders of giants.
Postal worker union employees before you.
Looking at history in a big picture, right? I've been blessed. A lot of different
people.
You know, this is something
Vegan.
though.
He's laughing.
I think you've got it.
I don't know what else.
I think you've got it, Lindsay. And the observation is a fair question. Why do people do that? Why do people engage in a conversation or go? Chaos. Our lack of focus is created.
And Jack, we're talking about me. We're not talking about people, but
True. So, what would you say?
Well, my entertainment. Why I do most things.
That's what
So you're not interested then?
You know, you can't make a blanket yes or no statement to an hour-long conversation.
True, but she might be calling you out on a blind spot because it is a
I'm
pattern.
pretty aware of it. Oh, I
My
know
brother does that all the time, and I kind of question that too. It's something that I notice in.
So yeah. So Browns Boy says Jack not only keeping secrets but also has a reason for a secret too, which by his logic is an excuse. So yeah. So Jack has a very bad self-referential issue that he probably should hammer out. If nothing else, it would just confuse everyone. But I need to find a clip of him saying that he has a secret helper, that is reason to keep secret, but secrets are bad and or lies somehow. It's fine, man.
Some people, not a whole lot of them, but we'll be talking about something serious, and my older brother pipes in with a joke about butts or something.
More about each other than we know about these people in these other countries at this time. It's not maybe the best way for it to be, but it's the way that it is. So if we can understand these dynamics, and I'm always fascinated by that. And so are people. People love psychology. I'm very interested.
Try to at least try to look like I'm having a good time, even if I'm just kind of passing the time.
I think it's earlier on.
I mean, there's a restraining order in place, so that's definitely not going to be a good course of action. If hey, we met up outside and we're cool now. That's contempt. That's contempt of court.
Okay, but what would righteousness call for? And if there's a potential for resolve, I am
righteousness
all
has
about
nothing
that.
to do at all with these people in this situation. It's a vacuum of righteousness.
You're describing the court system, right? Because
probably
right.
and snaps and possibly bad me.
Let me try to go for his transcript. Let me go for his transcript. Annotations. Closed captions unavailable. Do we have the transcript at all? Yeah, Browns Boy says Hank Oflameo is a side of this debate. Jack Talcott is clearly the B-side underperformer. Well, that's his opinion. maybe his little producer will help him be force to be reckoned with. So that's why I had to actually prepare rather than go into it blind and get surprised. Maybe, is that a transcript? Maybe a transcript didn't get generated yet. Sure. Bounce Boy says, yes, Jack's secret partner will help Jack lose the debate. Ha ha ha. But that's his opinion. How do I find a transcript? Okay, the transcript's not generated for this video yet. I could get a transcriber program. Nah, that's gonna take too long.
I really might. This is the thing. I don't know what I don't know.
That's never stopped you before?
No, that is for sure. And that's what I realized. This is where I think I'm similar to you and many of us. We're each in our own way, somewhat independent. We're independent thinkers. We're not really clinging to others and too much. Not that I can see, but the point is, all of us are learning what we're learning. We're all coming together from different paths. But what do we do now? That is freaking hilarious, Landry.
You're doing the exact same thing.
No, it's perfect, man. You too.
Sorry.
Yeah. Both of you have qualities with the way you do your shows that are different than me. People react and appreciate a lot of different things. But here, we have the potential, truly. If we can unite with the unbelievable, which...
Your opening pitch is it's not appealing.
I know, but that is what's so perfect about you, and you in particular. Because from the outside looking at you, you're on this perfect path. You really are. You're stubborn and you're resistant, but I know where it's going to conclude. It's going to conclude with this love of God and talk of Jesus and, just walking around with this.
I'm going to turn it to you. Is that what you're saying?
Your own version.
I was lurking in the bushes when you said the silent part out loud. I know your methods. You're not going to take over my brain or whatever.
Give it time. Well, actually, this is the key. I am a death coach. Someone was pointing at me being a life coach. I am a death coach. The ego death.
Nah, I don't need that one yet. It would be good for someone, but I don't need that one.
Well, actually, this is the key. I am a death coach. Someone was pointing at me being a life coach. I am a death coach. The ego death, I'm telling you, that is the best path forward. Because the ego is the part that... The ego is our...
You're right.
What's that?
The ego is the part that thinks it's right.
Yes, it is. It's the thinking part. But that thinking part can actually get in the way of the knowing part. See, the heart knows. This is what I've been learning. There's power in these past traditions, right? I don't know the significance entirely, but this reminder, the cross thing on your chest, for me, it's a reminder. Bring your mind to your heart, right? Be here in the present. Because here in the present is where the power of God can be known. It's where everything can be known. But what the teachings of the past, the meditative practitioners, the yogis and the Buddhas, they were teaching the practice of surrender the mind. And that's the same message that Jesus brought forth. You surrender your mind to attachments of the world to end your own misery and suffering, and then you live through your heart of giving. Because if you're focused on giving yourself to the world, everything you've got, well, the laws of the universe is there's no emptiness. Anything absent will be replaced in some time, in some form. I said a lot.
That didn't form a coherent thought for me. Landry, can you give us the breakdown?
Yeah, I mean, you got to be able to surrender yourself to the fear of not having enough, not doing enough. You got to make sure that you're giving,
Surrender
not
to the fear.
not looking to receive. Just
You have
giving.
to change your logo or your slogan.
Surrender to the fear. It's pretty easy to understand. I think it's I've heard it a few times, but it's hard to live. That's for sure.
Everything is simple with practice. And as soon as you know the goal, then it's just a matter of technique, figuring out your own technique. You follow the steps that work for others, and it works. I mean, life is pretty simple, and this is what I was considering a long time ago. If I can understand these things, going from an alcoholic to one who's more awakened, more in tune with myself, if I can...
You substituted one obsessive behavior for another.
In some degree, I did, but I'm healthy with it. We can obsess over good or bad. That's the truth. But the key is self-control and self-mastery. And if we're not willing to try different things or learn different things, how much of a master are we?
Well, we'd be a stagnant one, I suppose.
Stagnation. I was thinking about that. How the connections with life and water, how there's that unique connection with water and life. And then when water stills, in the still, it changes. The environment changes. And in a stagnation, it's a different form of life. And we have become this human society, the advanced... I mean, let's face it. Look at the combustible engines. Those came out what year? I mean, a long time ago. And we're still dealing with the same technology of transportation. Early 1900s, there was a lot of electric. There was electric cars, electric scooters, electric rails, all sorts of things were heading that way. But the petroleum industry, along with involving itself in the medical industry,
electric engines are way less efficient. Actually, worse for the environment. It's a derivative. It's still a derivative of fossil fuels because the power plants burn coal.
Currently, this is true. But I've seen enough evidence that we have the potential for new forms of energy, right? Not just the natural ones, but we have the opportunities to totally transform the way we do things. I mean, I have wonders right now in what is and is not true about the nuclear reactors and the byproducts of those. I've heard and seen.
I suspect they're pretty good. Like if we're using nuclear reactors for submarines, right, which our government's probably deemed the most critical thing to not lose power, right, or else you're going to ever die. I read into that.
Well, I saw something recently that as the science and the technology and design was improving for the nuclear reactors, the cost efficiency of energy production, right, it was exponentially changed. The cost was becoming so little to produce it. But then the government and the regulatories got involved, and that became this overcomplicated system. So then the building of the nuclear reactors, it kind of halted because it became too complicated for the policy and bureaucracy, plus expense, you know. But I don't know what is or is not real in our world. Our society is so filled with corruption. Every industry, every direction you look, you'll find some.
Ooh, this isn't right, but it's in the right direction. Let me go back. This is the right to. I'm gonna keep that one to find the golden one in this video. The one that hit our agenda object. But this may hit what Jack Talcott means by secrets. This may hit that.
Sense, you know, but I don't know what is or is not real in our world. Our society is so filled with corruption. Every industry, every direction you look, you'll find some sort of corruption where some executive, some people along the way, they decided to sell out what was healthy and right just to make some more profits. The bottled water industry. I mean, we're just plastics. We're creating overwhelming amounts of plastics just to create more landfills. If people work together, if we get control of the governments and the corporations, we fix the economy. I started this thought earlier and didn't finish it, but we've got the logistics, the communications, that we've got everything we need for a worldwide global commerce. So in the commerce, though.
Yeah, I need to ask him what fix the economy entails, because it's technically it's all the people already working together, and that's what's bad about it. It's already all the people working together, but just not on the exact same project at the same time, because that's insanity.
So the economy, it's broken. We've got a broken economy because the system of distributing energy and resources, we've allowed it to be kinked up, right? There's those who hoard the money, and they can. Nothing wrong with hoarding, but it's selfish when others are starving.
So wealthy people don't hoard cash like Scrooge McDuck. They invest it in enterprises that will provide them returns. And yeah, I mean, it is just the way it is. Like, we've been through this enough times that we got to move past the cartoonishly simple view of economics.
Right. The fact that you're not able or willing to imagine different.
I'm both of them.
Well,
you're not willing or able to demonstrate benefit of, I don't know, a different system.
It requires some imagination, because so far past attempts have been corrupted. You know, I give it to the spiritual path and suggest it just wasn't time. It wasn't time for the idea to be accepted and shared. That's been a pattern throughout history. But just because it hasn't happened in the past doesn't mean this won't work. And if you think about what I'm suggesting, it's the only thing that makes sense.
But since something has continuously failed in the past, there's a good reason to believe it will fail in the future.
No, what I'm suggesting has never been tried. I'm talking about a worldwide cooperative event. Yes, it sounds like the New World Order, but it's different. It is, but this is the truth. This is what the devil does. It takes good ideas, distort it. So the way to win is you take the bad ideas and you bring them into righteousness. And the one world government is not a bad idea if we change what government is. If it is truly directed by the people and it's just simply administration, if we had a fair administration of the distribution of energy and resources, if that was fairly administered, we wouldn't have the corruption, and we could avoid the corruption through transparency, especially with the advancements in technology and communication that we've got.
Doesn't the existence of centralized control and direction of resources in and of itself necessitate an imbalance in power?
I don't believe so. It can. It certainly can.
The centralized authority that is in charge of distributing resources has to have authority over those it distributes to.
Well, they have a responsibility to the task. They have a responsibility to the distribution in accordance with what the greater world has chosen. And I believe these principles could be pretty easily created and outlined. I just don't know how to get this out clearly. And that's what I'm hoping to find a team to help.
That was Landry's job, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was my hope. But hey, I felt Landry allowed us, and I thought we actually had a pretty healthy conversation last night on OTW's channel of all places with Paul and Slade.
It was a good time. Yeah, it was productive. It was a fun format. I'm sure that you.
What's the spark in this? I didn't see it.
Okay, well, essentially, it was honorable judge on Slavius, and what were you? I was a plaintiff. No, you're the plaintiff.
I was a plaintiff.
Okay, yeah, and I was defending the case that the legalese I'm not the best at, but it was essentially a mock court case, right? With our predicament, our disagreements, but lighthearted, fun, entertaining. You know, we didn't have as much of the Paul yelling at the comment section as we sometimes see, so it's always a nice change of pace. Mm-hmm. It was good.
I thought he played that very well, very reasonable, and I thought he was pretty fair too. So with that though, there was another part that I don't know if others caught. There was another dispute there, and this is how it started. We've got Bad Apple Media and Snafu Crew. They've got offline issues between each other. Something is apparently going to court. And
this guy's got Snafu scared and just completely cupcaking to the cops. It took absolutely nothing for Snafu to be like, "Help me, please."
Well, it's certainly something. And so last night, what Paul was actually doing was perfect. What was being offered with OTW's channel and with Paul taking that place is the way of common law resolve. Let's bring community members together. Let's discuss the claims. Let's discuss the facts. Let's see if we can determine resolve. And it could have been, because if you think about this, I don't know the details, but if there is a court hearing and the parties offline meet publicly, that's clearly potential evidence. If the parties can find a resolve, you present that evidence to the court thing is done.
There's a restraining order in place, so that's definitely not going to be a good course of action. If like, hey, we met up outside and we're cool now. That's contempt of court.
Okay, but what would righteousness call for? And if there's a potential for resolve, I am
righteousness
all about
has nothing
that.
to do at all with these people in this situation. It's a vacuum of righteousness.
You're describing.
Maybe it's after Lindsay came on. I don't remember. Yeah, I'll probably take another couple of days for the transcript to generate.
A place where people don't have to step over you. So, Jack, my question to you, I wrote it, and you're talking here. I wrote it in text. You didn't see it. Okay, so here's the dilemma. You're asking us for solutions. The dilemma is if war is the most profitable thing.
Oh, this is actually pretty good. This is actually pretty good. Yeah, thank you, Lindsay. If Jack Talcott had the solutions already, he could just model it and demonstrate for us rather than ask us. Yeah, this is a guru mind trick that Lindsay called out.
People always clogging up life with their dying and bullshit.
You know, it's very inconsiderate. If you're going to die, at least do it in a place where people don't have to step over you. So, Jack, my question to you, I wrote it, and you're talking here. I wrote it in text. You didn't see it. Okay, so here's the dilemma. You're asking us for solutions. The dilemma is if war is the most profitable thing, then how do we make it non-profitable?
I love that question. It has to do with the change in values, changing the values and the reward systems. That's what I'm talking about, changing the distribution of the economics.
But you probably had to change physics to make that work. So just all you need to do is pray to God to change the physics engine. So that might doesn't make right anymore. Sounds pretty simple.
Because this profiting from the suffering of others, it's got to end.
We do it here too, and I made that point. Yeah. A lot of people like OTW say he doesn't get as much money or as many people, and we're all getting along and we're cupcaking. And then when there's this massive fight and everybody's cussing and calling everybody names and stuff, he starts getting the money.
Yeah.
But your answer is interesting because you're going to take a stab at it culturally instead of a punitive measure, which Trump might take for something. He would like he's doing in Detroit right now. Instead of a punitive measure, you're talking about changing the cultural philosophy or aspect or perspective. And how do you, again, this is going to be obnoxious because it's like a 3-year-old asking questions over and over again. Really, how do you change a culture? How do you do that quickly?
Ooh. Two things. How do you do it and do quickly? To me, it is the same path. We go to the top, and the top is the state and corporate leadership. And then collectively, that's how it happens. But so far, the world has been lacking true integrity in leadership. I mean, history.
Hold on. Come down from that mountain there. You just judged all the leadership in the world history.
Yes.
Well,
You're
look at
putting
the
yourself in a
current
pretty...
history.
Oh, that's a good. Oh, that's a good one.
The top, and the top is the state and corporate.
He's doing in Detroit right now. Instead of a punitive measure, you're talking about changing the cultural philosophy or aspect or perspective. And how do you, again, this is going to be obnoxious because it's like a 3-year-old asking questions over and over again. Really, how do you change a culture? How do you do that quickly?
Ooh. Two things. How do you do it and do quickly? To me, it is the same path. We go to the top, and the top is the state and corporate leadership. And then collectively, that's how it happens. But so far, the world has been lacking true integrity in leadership. I mean, history.
Hold on. Come down from that mountain there. You just judged all the leadership in the world history.
Yes.
You're
Well,
putting yourself in a
current
pretty prestigious position to make that assessment.
I stand upon the shoulders of giants.
Postal worker union employees before you.
Looking at history in a big picture, right? I've been blessed. A lot of different pieces came together for me so I could kind of see things. And the patterns of corruption, that's one thing. Crow 777, right? That station, they do some incredible stuff, digging into some of the details.
Okay, let's save that.
Of history and the corruption involved. It's undeniable.
You
If you
change.
look at what corruption... Good.
Who Lindsay or me?
No, go ahead.
Oh my God, you're so. No, you go ahead.
So, if we look at what corruption really is, we're discussing when somebody prioritizes, say, self and family over self and society at large, right? It's a scale prioritization issue. It's really kind of hard to look at it from that perspective and say it is wrong to prioritize those close to you.
Correct.
So, I mean, I don't know.
It is a fine line, and truly, it's lessons each of us are learning. Collectively, we're learning this as well. There is a level of truth. You've got to look out for yourself, and yourself includes those who are with you. You know, if that's your family, then that's your family. If it's your work, that's your work. But we got to connect with another part. But the idea of it's us or them. One of the lessons I into our relationships, and we destroy our life.
Self, preservation. It's a move against self-preservation.
See, and I disagree. I think it's the only way to ensure we preserve our privacy. Because right now, all of our we're going to educate children so they know how to think instead of obey.
I hear what you're telling me.
Can't disagree.
I'm skeptical of the truthiness content of that claim.
I can understand that. Skepticism is a path for wisdom. But at some point, we've got to allow ourselves to look beyond the doubts to see why. And truly, if we live in a world without secrets and lies, yes, there's risks. Because that means anyone can access any blueprint, any...
Oh, yeah! Yes! Oh, found one. Yeah, I found one that hits a agenda mark. Yeah, this will hit Farmer Jack Talcott means by secrets.
Any part of history. Anyone can access pretty much anything. There's beyond the doubts to see why. And truly, if we live in a world without secrets and lies,
Of the truthiness content of that claim.
I can understand that. Skepticism is a path for wisdom. But at some point, we've got to allow ourselves to look beyond the doubts to see why. And truly, if we live in a world without secrets and lies, yes, there's risks. Because that means anyone can access any blueprint, any part of history. Anyone can access pretty much anything. There's risks
If you
to
don't have
that.
secrets or lies, does that mean you also don't have any privacy or safety, preservation? It's a move against self-preservation.
See, and I disagree. I think it's the only way to ensure we preserve our privacy. Because right now, all of our data, all of our information...
Of the truthiness content of that claim.
I can understand that. Skepticism is a path for wisdom. But at some point, we've got to allow ourselves to look beyond the doubts to see why. And truly, if we live in a world without secrets and lies, yes, there's risks, because that means anyone can access any blueprint, any part of history. Anyone can access pretty much anything. There's risks.
If you don't have secrets or lies, does that mean you also don't have any privacy or safety, preservation? It's a move against self-preservation.
See, and I disagree. I think it's the only way to ensure we preserve our privacy. Because right now, all of our data, all of our information, private information that's publicly available, it's all gathered and put together by these programs and algorithms. So people have knowledge of our...
Maybe you should use the incognito tab when you look at your smut sites then, Jack.
Well, that's just extra work. And when you want to look at smut,
Plus when you want to go back to your favorite videos. And
Right. There's
Jack,
benefits.
We'll have to live with decentralized information.
Why do you think you filibuster so much?
Who, me?
Great question.
Yeah.
Me.
So yeah, I get another agenda item. Of course, I can adjust that later, but with this other thing, I can nail them. So pretty much anything. So
Wait, who was that to, Lindsay?
Jack, why do you think Flo filibusters so much?
Right. There's
Jack,
benefits.
We'll have to live with decentralized information.
Why do you think you filibuster so much?
Who, me?
Great question.
Yeah.
Me. Wait, who was that to, Lindsay?
Jack, why do you think Flo filibusters so much?
Filibusters.
Yeah, okay, there's...
yeah, watch that again.
Of the truthiness content of that claim.
I can understand that. Skepticism is a path for wisdom. But at some point, we've got to allow ourselves to look beyond the doubts to see why. And truly, if we live in a world without secrets and lies, yes, there's risks, because that means anyone can access any blueprint, any part of history. Anyone can access pretty much anything. There's risks.
If you don't have secrets or lies, does that mean you also don't have any privacy or safety, preservation? It's a move against self-preservation.
See, and I disagree. I think it's the only way to ensure we preserve our privacy. Because right now, all of our data, all of our information, private information that's publicly available, it's all gathered and put together by these programs and algorithms. So people have knowledge of our...
Maybe you should use the incognito tab when you look at your smut sites then, Jack.
Well, that's just extra work. And when you want to look at smut,
Plus when you want to go back to your favorite videos. And
Right. There's
Jack,
benefits.
We'll have to live with decentralized information.
Why do you think you filibuster so much?
Who, me?
Great question. Me. Wait, who was that to, Lindsay?
Jack, why do you think Flo filibusters so much?
Filibusters.
Yeah, okay, there's 50 jokes. Just not a chat question.
No, please.
Wondering. He can take you the topic, whatever it is. He can go on tangents that are like 5 minutes long, and they're funny.
Yeah.
But I kind of wonder what is the deal with these people who filibuster so much? What's that all about?
What do you think it is?
I have
What
a
do I
theory,
think it is?
but I'm curious. What would you think?
Gosh, I didn't ask myself the question. Why would somebody have the need to take these detours away from the topic at hand? Either they're not interested, or it could be an attention-getting thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's laughing.
Mm-hmm. I think you've got it.
I don't know what else.
I think you've got it, Lindsay. And the observation is a fair question. Why do people do that? Why do people engage in a conversation or go? Our lack of focus is created.
And Jack, we're talking about me. We're not talking about people, but
True. So what would you say?
well, my entertainment. Why do most things?
That's what
So
I
you're
figured.
not interested then?
You can't make a blanket yes or no statement to an hour-long conversation.
True. But she might be calling you out on a blind spot. Because it is a
I'm
pattern.
pretty aware of it. Oh, I
My
know
brother
about
does
it.
that all the time, and I kind of question that too. It's something that I notice in some people, not a whole lot of them, but we'll be talking about something serious. And my older brother pipes in with a joke about butts or something, and it's actually funny, but it's like a complete diversion.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of diversions, sorry, I was wondering out loud.
Kettle.
I think these are sketchy, fascinating. What I'm looking at people and studying myself.
Jack, we love looking at you, but you should.
Is the audio screwing up?
That hood internet's not having it.
You know, I need what's up with the contribution? Thank Jack. We're using.
It's after he changes his connection, I think. The Landry asked about the thumbnails. I didn't define secrets yet. I need to find that next clip timestamp before I can shut down. Then I need to go figure out what show was breakfast tacos. And I know it's over your summer. No, it's before Joe Cool comes. Is it before Joe Cool? I don't remember. Damn it, I don't remember at all. I need better tooling.
Okay, so then why aren't you paying me to do a dance for you? Just kidding. Sorry, I'm filibustering while the robotting's happening.
Ah, cool.
He was
So
sitting
Jack
on
Robot, that's kind of cool. It's like the remix.
He filibustered himself.
Yeah, God filibustered him there.
Don't call me that.
Mitch has the answer. What's the answer, Mitch? It's the same reason 10 people sit around a panel and act interested in each other, but really just waiting for an opportunity to speak. They are special and want to be heard. Pretty simple. All right, I'll accept it.
I'll accept it too. Mitch, he makes sense a lot of times.
Well, I'm still looking for the job offer here, but he's right. No, it's true. But I don't like to speak when not presenting any sort of. I don't want to hijack the topic, right? That's what I could easily do. That's why I'm silent sometimes.
I do have a question for you though, Landry. Maybe later when there's some time.
Please feel free. This is.
Now's the perfect time because God's
Okay.
shooting Jack.
Landry, how do you shift cultural paradigms in a very short and effective way so that there are no longer wars? And
Military intervention. That's what they normally do. That's what they do now.
So you smash autocracy with autocratic measures?
No, I'm just saying that's what they do currently. That's what they would do. Are you asking me what I would do?
Yeah. I mean, what would your magnum opus solution be? If the beginning question at the start from Jack is how do we solve these wars? How do we have peace? How do we solve the problems of division? Even on here on YouTube, how do we
Well,
do
we
it?
start there. That's the thing, right? Where we realize. Huh?
Nothing. I'm gonna listen. Sorry.
I mean, I agree with Dusty in the sense that I find value in certain actual disagreements that some people call it debates, right? We don't do it a whole lot here in this area, but I like to have it out with people when I find it a meaningful interaction, right? With OTW, it's happened several times. I don't find it meaningful to sit here and say, I'm going to come get you, and then I'm going to come, I know what your mama did this morning, and she's actually related to Obama. I know that you got the Freemason card, and I never. Once you realize the difference between those two different things, it's a much different world, and resolve can happen, right? For example, if you can come back stronger with somebody, some people call it looping, and maybe sometimes it is, but sometimes it's also coming back into an engagement with a better clarity of yourself and the other person. For example, now I'm able to talk to Paul without just bending to his every desire, which at one point I wouldn't even do what I wanted to do. I just, whatever he says, because I thought it was cool or something.
Take that to the macro. Take that to the macro.
I'm really happy, but that's where it starts, though, right? You have to understand these ideas and how they operate in our own real lives. And the way that's why people say, why are you guys so obsessed with the metaverse internet? Well, it's real enough to us to where we know more about each other than we know about these people in these other countries at this time. It's not maybe the best way for it to be, but it's the way that it is. So if we can understand these dynamics, and I'm always fascinated by that. And so are people. People love psychology. I'm very interested in the aspects of this that are under tapped into, such as like embracing the weird ideas that nobody else is doing. For example, just playing into the comedic aspect in the way it's not just making you a joke, Jack, but it's what would happen if Jack on a live stream the opening day of the new Call of Duty game, and he was just getting his ass beat. He's like, this is why war is terrible, because look at me getting my ass kicked, and it might go viral. You know what I mean? You never know. These are the things where people can call it cloud chasing, but when you have more of the people's attention, you have more.
Try to at least try to look like I'm having a good time, even if I'm just kind of passing the time.
Yeah, well, that's a bad place to be in, right? It's having sex to pass the time.
Having sex on YouTube, it implies. I just don't see how that's
It
ever.
implies that you got banned from the actual site, and that she's also probably on.
Are you there? Testing. Jack. 1.
I don't know. I hope I'm here. Is the audio coming through? Can I be heard?
You sound like Axe Threat with the clipping, but yeah,
It's a 2 on the clipping scale. Everybody but Landry, who's autistic, can handle it.
I can handle it.
Well, thank you for keeping this going. I don't understand technology, and I am struggling with my equipment.
Oh yeah,
So-
we knew it.
I really do.
So what's going on? Is this a new thing, or is it with the computer that we got you when you were here?
Have we even established whether or not his equipment is real? Because
Yes. I'm wondering if it is the Wi-Fi in the new equipment. I may take it in to see if they can test it somehow.
Did you get you one?
take the computer and say, hey, can you test my Wi-Fi?
Did you go over your data limit?
No.
They could test your Wi-Fi. Yeah, there's tools for that. Yeah, but no, that's actually I'm not sure. Ooh, if I was maniacal, I would literally just go and do that. That sounds funny as a prank. That sounds like a good prank.
Are you
No,
at the
I'd
hotel?
go get the house.
Maybe the Wi-Fi in the hotel sucks. Oh, you're at Rose's house, right?
No.
In fact, no. I'm gonna no. Yeah, I'm gonna clip that. I'm gonna clip that. I do want that as a clip.
I'm wondering if it is the Wi-Fi in the new equipment. I may take it in to see if they can test it somehow.
Did you get you one?
take the computer in and say, hey, can you test my Wi-Fi?
Did you go over your data limit?
No.
Are you
No,
in a
I
hotel?
won't get the house.
Maybe the Wi-Fi in the hotel sucks.
Yeah, that's what I can just keep. Whoop. Yeah, that one's evergreen. Go and test my Wi-Fi. That's hilarious.
I'm wondering if it is the Wi-Fi in the new equipment. I may take it in to see if they can test it somehow.
Did you get you one?
take the computer in and say, hey, can you test my Wi-Fi?
Did you go over your data limit?
No.
Are you in
No,
a
I
hotel?
won't get the house.
Maybe the Wi-Fi in the hotel sucks. Oh, you're at Rose's house, right?
No.
Dude, Lindsay, you crack me up, man. She's so not aware of what happens sometimes. She was like telling me how a panel died because I jumped off of it when they were just reviewing me. So she thought I was on a panel for like several hours because I wasn't even there. She's like, man,
Okay.
they're just carrying the show. I was like, I wasn't here all day.
Go ahead and say it. Those are very airheaded moments.
It's just hilarious, dude. It's like coach, I'll be like, yeah, I guess I gotta come back here because you guys are you can't do your own show. Can't keep my name out of your mouth. Is what I would say if I was somebody else.
Lawrence, thanks for the contribution. I had a vision of Lindsay on a unicycle juggling pink strawberry cupcakes, but Flo was laughing at her.
That sounds like a realistic, like, I think that is accurate of my role there.
Lawrence,
You know-
you have great imagination.
Absolutely. Juggling cupcakes on a unicycle. I'd be pretty damn impressed by that, to be honest.
No frosting on my hands, just juggling them like that. I mean, it's pretty dumb. Your face,
Yeah, if you can juggle cupcakes without mangling them, like to where they're still presentable looking,
right?
that's top tier juggling.
Skill.
Dude, it totally would be.
So, Jack, who's the mystery married lady that you're thirsting after spiritually?
I'm not thirsting after it as much
Spiritually,
as
it's the spiritual thirst for eating ego death.
I know. I'm hoping she'll join to share her knowledge and experience with healing and plant medicine.
Eggplant medicine,
No, like the traditional from the Amazon jungles and stuff.
the Amazonian eggplants.
In a way, her and her husband have been exploring all sorts of stuff like
You-
that.
What else are they exploring?
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm hoping to have her
Alcadia.
join and share some more about what they do. Because the fact is, we didn't go into the details, but they're reporting great success helping veterans dealing with long.
XACD 52 may answer that secret thing. I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna say that. Pretty sure to get these comics cleared if I'm going to use them in the debate. Listen, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure, and I don't respect copyright. Okay, that doesn't matter. I don't want to explain, I just want to see it. $46. This is interesting. Yeah, this is interesting. I think I'm gonna need this one too. I don't know if that's relevant. Probably not. But I'm gonna save it anyway. It's close enough.
Long-time PTSD. So some of the unorthodox methods of healing that are being tried today.
Oh, Chuck has a message. Chuck in Tennessee says, Hank, Jack has never truly defined the secret and lies thing. I disagree. We can use context to kind of figure out what he means. So even if he doesn't have a strict definition, we can use context to figure out what he means. And he means pretty much everything. It means pretty much everything. But he has a little exception for himself. So once I find a timestamp, I think that'll be good for today. Then I need to look for that Breakfast Tacos clip. Well, yeah, Jack Talcott clip with Breakfast Tacos telling Jack to change the password. That'll be golden for that W2. I need that clip. That's a debate-winning clip.
Today, damn it.
What's the thing? Pelvic floor physical therapy.
Yeah.
There's forms of healing that.
No.
Do you know about this? It's a real thing.
It is.
Well, at the beginning, you were talking about lobotomies. You were kidding, but at the beginning, and there's actually something they've been doing to some people's brains who have PTSD, and the people who had PTSD are no longer experiencing symptoms. And I believe it has something to do with lasers and parts of the brain.
Oh, yeah. Rewiring the emotional response to memory. Is that what you're talking about?
I believe it's something along those lines, but they say it actually does involve changing your brain chemistry and actually affecting the brain, and nothing light. But they said that it's not. It has practices that are in antiquity, because we think of how people used to get shocked in old days and then they walk around doing the Thorazine shuffle or whatever. This is a similar thing in theory, but it doesn't make you do any of those things. It's not as evasive.
Yeah.
But it hard works for both depression and PTSD.
That was, I probably shouldn't say this. That was recommended to me by the guy who did my court-ordered psych evaluation.
I'm not surprised.
He was like, it just takes some of those bad memories. Like, it doesn't wipe the memories. It just, like, recalibrates your emotional response to them. I was like, no, I'm pretty sure I'm good on that. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of daunting having people mess with your brain.
I'll just deal with my flaws like everybody else on Earth.
I don't know. I don't think some people deal with them. I think the way that they're dealt with, this is maybe misspoken, but they drink or they smoke or they do some kind of escape kind of thing. So I think that's how most people deal with trauma. No? Yes. You agree? Don't agree?
I'm down with it. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. I'll stick with
So
that.
we don't deal with it. We don't, right?
I mean, is that not dealing with it though?
Oh, I'm curious. Does it sound different? I hooked up my fancy new microphone.
Yeah, it sounds a little better.
No, it doesn't.
Okay. His hearing is more sensitive than mine.
Let's be honest, nothing changed.
No, I seriously appreciate that. Let me see if there's something.
What are you going to do if you just keep telling him what you think he wants to hear, just to get going?
No, I was telling him what I wanted to tell him so that we can move on past the question.
You need to practice honesty, close it.
You need to practice recognizing my priorities over Jack's priorities.
That could be true. Maybe you're right.
This would have been a good time for him to lose signal, but he's shaking his head like he's here and listening to all this.
Hey, Landry, maybe you can help him.
I would love to help him. Should I just jump on a plane and go over there?
No, use your brain.
So, I mean, I would just want him to screen share. Maybe just privately, I guess I could.
That's a good idea.
Maybe if you got some air duster and blew the lintel dust out of his equipment, it would work better.
Oh, those didn't work.
His eyebrows were furled. This is not good.
So now that he's gone, what's the plans for the capitalist takeover of the world?
Oh, well, I'm glad you asked. So I think we do, what day is today? It's October 7th?
The live streaming life, there is no such thing as individual days.
Okay, that's fair. All right. Well, so we can do a, November 6th sort of show up to the place where.
We missed that already.
Oh, damn it. No, that's October. We missed October.
It's the 7th.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you're right.
Welcome back.
Hopefully. Is this
Exactly the same. How's that, Landry?
Thank you. That's at least honest. I mean, I just don't. So are you on a phone?
I've got my new
Oh, that's not going to work. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not going to do anything good for
Do you have something with wires?
well, here, actually, I think. Hopefully, my internet may be backed up. So let's check this out.
The best option I found from the mobile StreamYard is you just treating it like a phone call. And just doing the earpiece or whatever, the default, and then just not even being on camera, just holding up to your ear. That's why sometimes I forgot to turn off the camera, and then there's just videos of me on ODW with my ear, just showing the whole time. Just the ear, Landry's ear.
Hey, there we go. I think
Here's a man who has mastered the art of cell phone streaming.
Right?
Every now and then that mic drags across the zipper on his.
It does.
You know, this is frustrating though. That's my new DJI fancy setup, right? For the mobile phone. And so if it's not working, then that was a waste of money. Well, this is what I mean.
Yeah, I gotta write that down.
You know, this is frustrating.
So camera and then there's just video. That's not gonna do anything
Do
for
you have something with wires?
Is this
October. Okay, that's fair. All right. Well, so we can do a November 6th sort of show up at the place where.
We missed that already.
Oh damn it! No, that's October. We missed October.
It's the 7th.
Oh yeah, okay, you're right.
Welcome back.
hopefully?
Yeah, if the phone's the best microphone, if the phone's build microphone's the best microphone you can use, then I guess mobile streaming's easy. It's just, I mean, I could hear myself pretty good when I was doing that cop watch video. So
Is this
Exactly the same. How's that, Landry?
Thank you. That's at least honest. I mean, I just don't. So are you on a phone?
I've got my new
Oh, that's not gonna work. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not gonna do anything.
Do you have something with wires?
well, here actually I think hopefully my internet may be back up. So let's check this out.
The best option I found from the mobile StreamYard is you just treating like a phone call and just doing the earpiece or whatever the default, and then just not even being on camera, just holding it up to your ear. That's why sometimes I forgot to turn off the camera, and then there's just videos of me on the VW with my ear just showing the whole time, just the ear, Landry's ear.
Hey, there we go. I think
Here's a man who has mastered the art of cell phone streaming.
right?
Every now and then that mic drags across the zipper on his.
It does.
You know, this is frustrating though. That's my new DJI fancy setup, right? For the mobile phone. And so if it's not working, then that was a waste of money. Well, this is what I mean. I got technology. I don't know how to use it. I think it's user error, to be honest.
Sometimes you need wires. I'll just tell you that.
Sometimes you need to apply your brain to the world
Oh
around you.
man.
Am I hearing Jack right? You got a mic jack, like a lapel mic or something, so you can step away from the camera. He's gonna need that, especially if he's outdoors. You got to figure it out, get it working. If you bought some cheap shit, you're probably gonna sound shitty.
Well, I got a good one that has a wire. You know what I mean? It just for me the
Or
wire
at a
one
distance, though. At a distance, though. I got
Oh.
buddies that set their camera up. They might go across the street and shit like that, and you can still hear them well.
makes sense.
I'm hopeful.
You probably don't have a specific product that you recommend, do you?
I do not, but I know the people to talk to who do this a lot. In fact, one of them out of the Watchdog, he's good at it. He worked through it with this guy, Francie Cole, who's Technologia or whatever the fuck word it is. And, the Technologia, and he's got it
My
down
favorite
pat.
country.
He's got it down pat. Jack is not a problem. I could, hook you up with a guy who they worked out the kinks. In fact, text me when you're done, and I can help you with that.
It's an
Landry
interesting
for booty.
Hey, Jack, who made that nice picture? You in the middle there?
okay, yeah. This is God. So one more on the agenda. So let's play that. I could probably just look up a dictionary definition to get the first one to find secrets. It's probably need this which a dictionary or encyclopedia. Let's play this. Then I can hit the last item real quick. Then I can look for the Breakfast Tacos clip offline.
I'll leave you with that.
It's an
Landry
interesting
for
question.
booty.
Hey, Jack, who made that nice picture? You in the middle there?
My partner.
Very good. Landry, is you talking about?
No,
Ah, fuck, I was hoping it was Landry.
no.
He's had some secret sidekick for like the whole time. That
Like a couple years now. She's been with me a long time.
Is she hot? I'm kidding.
Of course.
You say, of course he's hot.
have you done thigh massages?
No. I've been blessed. I have received support with the graphics and the thumbnails, and I can't tell you how much I've appreciated that.
In the description,
It's been an excuse for me to keep going because there's been days where I don't want to stream, I don't want to do anything, and I look online and I got these images already made for me, and it's inspiring messages. So I'm like, all right, I can run with that.
Where I was going with that, Jack, is that Landry, has created a bunch of images of you that we all fucking enjoy. And I saw your little court shit. I only saw a little bit of your court shit with Landry, and you were saying, did you get anything? You know, was it fair exchange and shit? And I would say, yeah, he shits on you like everybody shits on. We all shit on each other, but definitely you got a benefit. I love watching the shit. I'd be clipping everything with the Talcott shit and putting it on my channel. You definitely you got some shit in exchange, bro. Some of that shit be great. Even the flow shit, there's just little clips where they'll be like, is that flow? Is that Jack? Them little clips, man. You used to be holding them and putting them to use somewhere.
That's what I told him. I even told him which clips I'd choose
Some of them are really fucking creative.
and where to find them.
Hey, Lance, good to see you. Oh, bye, Lance.
Rude response right there.
Man,
Moving around the panel.
I see why Flo doesn't like. Kidding, Lance. Kidding. Don't jump back up here.
Joe, when are you pulling back through? I got another part of town I want to take you to. I feel like I forgot about.
It might be pretty soon. Might be like a week though. Might be soon. Yeah.
Well, if it's in like a week, if Saturday night there's a concert, it's Primer 55. Probably nobody here in the audience knows who Primer 55 is. They have not 225 years from the golden era of new metal, the late 90s, that rap metal shit. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to get this siren. This phone's weird.
Sounds like fun, man.
Yeah, no, it's Nine Inch Nails, fucker.
Dude, I'm a fan of their shows.
I didn't realize they're on tour. I've seen them years ago. I'd like to see them again, but they're not coming close.
Yeah. There's, this life, there are so many amazing concerts, events. There's so many opportunities for us to do things, to explore things. I've been learning to do that a little bit more.
People, period. Even if it's not a concert, you get together with a group of people, it's the same shit, right? You can find a place. It's the same fucking energy at a concert without thousands of motherfuckers, but you find the right 6, 7, 8 people or whatever it is, and it's an event in life that was worth blah, 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 those things you just said. It really is. Oh, careful, bro. You're real close, bro.
Then
What was I looking for? Okay, that's good. Let's figure out what a secret is. And I hit all the agenda items and I can end the show. Secret is information kept hidden. Okay, let's get the Wikipedia definition. Secrecy is the practice of hiding information from certain individuals or groups who do not have the need to know, perhaps while sharing it with other individuals. That which is kept hidden is known as the secret. Secrecy is often controversial, depending on the content or nature of the secret, the group or people keeping the secret, and the motivation for the secrecy. Secrecy by government entities is often decried as excessive or in promotion of poor operation. By whom? By Jack, obviously. It's by Jack. If I was cheeky, I would fix the Wikipedia article inside Jack. Should I do it? I'll think about doing it. Let me just not. I technically hit that last agenda item. Let me get that. Check mark. Let's read the rest of this article. Excessive revelation of information on individuals can conflict with virtues of privacy, and confidentiality is often contrasted with social transparency. Secrecy can exist in a number of different ways: encoding or encryption, where mathematical and technical strategies are used to hide messages; true secrecy, where restrictions are put on those who take part of the message; as to government security classification, citation needed, and obfuscation, where secrets are hidden in plain sight behind complex idiosyncratic language, jargon, or steganography. Another classification proposed by Claude Shannon in 1948 reads that there are three systems of secrecy within communication: concealment systems, including such methods such as invisible ink, concealing a message in a harmless text and fake covering cryptogram, or methods in which the existence of the message is concealed from the enemy. 2. Privacy systems, for example, voice inversion is a special equipment required to recover the message. And 3. True secrecy systems, where the meaning of the message is concealed by the cipher, code, etc. Although the existence is not hidden, the enemy is assumed to have any special equipment necessary to... The enemy is assumed to have any special equipment necessary to interpret and record the transmitted signal. I better save this page. Sociology. Main article: sociological aspects of secrecy. Animals conceal the location of their den or nest from predators. Squirrels bury nuts, hiding them, and they try to remember the locations later. Humans attempt to consciously conceal aspects of themselves from others due to shame or fear of violence, rejection, harassment, loss of acceptance, or loss of employment. Humans may also attempt to conceal aspects of their own self which are not acceptable, of incorporating psychology into their conscious being. Families sometimes maintain family secrets, obliging family members never to discuss disagreeable issues concerning the family with outsiders, or sometimes even within the family. Many family secrets are maintained by using mutually agreed upon construct and official family story when speaking with outside members. Agreement to maintain the secrets often coerced through shaming and reference to family honor. The information may even be something as trivial as a recipe. Secrets are sometimes kept to provide the pleasure of surprise. This includes keeping secret about a surprise party, not telling spoilers of a story, and avoiding exposure of a magic trick. Oh my. Oh my, this the Wikipedia article just got bulldozed this whole debate. This is going to be messy. Probably should have went here first. Yeah, this Wikipedia article just shoots all kinds of holes in it. So are spoilers bad? Or surprise parties bad? Do surprise parties cause wars? Does not knowing the end of a story a secret or a lie? No, my, this is just shooting all kinds of holes. In anthropology, secret sharing is one way for people to establish traditional relations with other people. A commonly used citation-needed narrative that describes this kind of behavior is Joseph Conrad's short story, "The Secret Sharer." Citation needed. I mean, it's Okay, fine. I'm not even sure that's the appropriate citation. Okay, government. Yeah, governments often attempt to conceal information from other governments and the public. These state secrets can include weapon designs, military plans, diplomatic negotiation tactics, and secrets obtained illicitly from others' intelligence. Most nations have some form of Official Secrets Act, the Espionage Act in the U.S., and classified material according to the level of protection needed, hence the form classified information. An individual needs a security clearance for access and other protection methods, such as keeping documents in a safe or stipulated. Yeah, I should. Few people dispute the desirability of keeping critical nuclear weapon design information secret, but many believe government secrecy is too excessive and too often employed for political purposes. Many countries have laws that attempt to limit government secrecy, such as U.S. Freedom of Information Act and Sunshine Laws. Government officials sometimes leak information they're supposed to keep secret. For a recent example, 2005, see Plame Affair. Secrecy and elections is a growing issue, particularly secretary of vote counts on computerized vote counting machines. But voting citizens are acting in a unique sovereign or owner capacity instead of being subject of laws, as is true outside of elections. In selecting the government servants, it's argued that secrecy is immiscible against public and the area of elections where the government gets all of its power and taxing authority. In recent event, permissible secrecy varies significantly with the context involved. A citation needed. Corporations, organizations ranging from multinational for-profit corporations to non-profit charities keep secrets for competitive advantage, to meet legal requirements, or in some cases conceal nefarious behavior. Citation needed. New products under development, unique manufacturing techniques, or simply lists of customers or types of information protected by trade secret laws. Research on corporate secrecy has studied the factors supporting secret organizations. In particular, scholars in economics and management have paid attention to the way firms participating in cartels work together to maintain secrecy and conceal their activities from antitrust authorities. Diversity of participants in terms of age and size of firms influences their ability to coordinate to avoid being detected. The patent system encourages inventors to publish information exchange for a limited time monopoly on its use through patent applications or inherently secret. Secret societies use secrecy as a way to attract members by creating a sense of importance. Citation needed. Shell companies may be used to launder money from criminal activities, to finance terrorism, or to evade taxes. Registers of beneficial ownership aim at fighting corporate secrecy in that sense. Other laws require organizations to keep certain information secret, such as medical records, HIPAA in the U.S., or financial reports that are under preparation to limit inside trading. Europe has particularly strict laws about database privacy and computing. Preservation of secrets is one of the goals of information security. Techniques used include physical security, cryptography. The latter depends on the secrecy of cryptographic keys. Many believe that security technology can be more effective if itself is not kept secret. Information hiding is a design principle in much of software engineering. It is considered easy to verify software reliability if one can be sure that different parts of the program can only access and therefore depend upon a known limited amount of information. Citation needed. I could probably find a citation for that. Military secrecy is concealing of information about martial affairs that's purposely not made available to the general public and hence to an enemy in order to gain an advantage or not to reveal a weakness, to avoid embarrassment or to help in propaganda efforts. Most military secrets are tactical in nature, such as the strengths and weaknesses of weapon systems, tactics, training methods, plans, and the number of locations of specific weapons. Some secrets involve information in broader areas such as consumer secure communications, cryptography, intelligence operations, and cooperation with third parties. U.S. government rights in regard to military secrecy were upheld in a landmark legal case of United States v. Reynolds, decided by the Supreme Court in 1953. Views. Excessive secrecy is often cited as a source to maintain a much human conflict. One may have to lie in order to hold a secret, which might lead to psychological repercussions. Original research. The alternative designed to answer when something's asked may suggest that the answer may therefore not always be suitable for keeping a secret. Also, the other may insist that one answer to the question in proper synthesis. Nearly 2,500 years ago, Sophocles, I don't know how to pronounce that. Let's see if it does have a pronunciation guide. Nope. No audio built in for pronunciation. But maybe this is Sophocles. Browser enhancement to fix that. So Sophocles wrote, "Do nothing secretly, for time sees and hears all things and discloses all." Citation needed. Gautama Shadow. I need a pronunciation thing in this browser. Three things not long stay hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. The truth is just a feeling. And all kinds of other information I had to look over. Sharing self-concealment, somebody else's fault. Someone else's problem. Need to know, meter transfer. Okay, I've got to read all of that. Let me reshare. So I had all my agenda items, so the show's over. Show's over for now. I'll probably pick this back up on Sunday. But all the agenda items got secrets to find what Jack Talcott play secrets, timestamp clips of Jack Talcott keeping secrets, and bingo core thumbnail. I got all the agenda items done for the day. That's enough work on this project. So show's over for now. Come on, hit the end it already.